morning, Coach Lora Erickson with blonderunner.com. I just wanted to take an opportunity and teach you a little bit about the running lab that's offered in my area. I know a lot of other areas also offer running labs, so I kind of wanted to explain what they'll be doing with me today. I am going into this test completely rested, so I had a full rest day yesterday. The test is fairly rigorous. It's something you want to be well rested for. But if you participated in my recent Race for Grief event, you received a flyer like this for the running lab. It's 15% off. Basically, I gave them a call and within a week got in, and so I'll be testing in a few short minutes, really not too long here. With this testing, again, you want to be completely rested for it. They've also instructed me to wear 2 different colors, like you don't want your shorts and your shirt to match. You want them to be different so there's some contrast. They'll be recording my foot strike as well as all my form, giving me feedback on that. They'll also be doing a lactate threshold test, which is super valuable. As a coach, I like my athletes to get this test done. Basically, they'll be taking a little bit of blood at periodic times throughout the testing to measure my actual lactate in my blood and see what that number is, see when it starts accumulating, and then they determine my numbers through that. So we'll learn more about that as we go through this clip. So I'm excited to have you join me on my journey with the running lab at Intermountain Sports Medicine. So here I am arriving at Intermountain Sports Medicine, and I'm ready to get my run on. Okay, so here I am at the running lab, and I've got a contrasting shirt with the shorts, which they wanted me to do. I've also strapped on a heart rate monitor, and they just took blood out of my ear to get an initial lactate reading, which they've got this little monitor that they're using, and it's looking like it's calculating what my numbers are there. So through this test, I will be having my blood taken out of my earlobe periodically, and that's how they see what that lactate number is. So Marie is helping me here, and what's your name?
Tyler.
And Tyler. So, well, they hope that I don't pass out. They're here to help me if I do. All right, so here we are, farther into the test. Now I'm at 8.5 speed, which is 7-minute mile. I'm still going strong. Okay, 3 minutes, and then we'll switch it again and take my blood out of my ear. Taking a little blood out the ear, just periodically. They have me increasing every 3 minutes. So we'll jump back on, increase the speed. Hi, Coach Lora Erickson. I just got back from my lactate threshold and running lab tests. I was able to push myself to, I got to about 10.5 and was able to hold that about a minute on the treadmill. That's about a 5:43 pace, so it was hurting pretty bad. So I've been in better shape before, but I'm in decent shape now. My numbers are pretty similar to what I did last time. I did have some damage to my left hip and knee from being hit on my bicycle let's see, it was in the fall, so it's a little while ago now. So if you have had injury of some sort, I do suggest getting these tests done. I did have them do a functional movement test as well to see if there's some movement that is a little bit different than I've had before, to make sure we prevent any further damage or work on some areas that could use an improvement there. So they said that they should have the results within a few days, and they'll be able to give those to me and kind of review the information they found. Here I am at the running lab, and I'm here to get my results of the running lab testing that I did last week. So I'll let you know in a minute what they tell me. Let's try it. Here I am at the running lab. I'm just looking at some of the results, some of the video footage that they took of me running, and as they describe some of the things that my body is doing. I'm a mid-fit foot striker, which is good news, and I'm pretty efficient at my running. So there are a few things that we can do to improve my strengthening of my hips and some loosening of my calves and things. Hi, another thing that I wanted to share with you. So I shared some of the clips that we saw with my running, and they gave me a lot of great feedback. Another thing that they give you is this little book, and in the book it will go through, and it has pretty much all of your results. It'll give your lactate testing and what those numbers mean. They also calculate your recovery, your training zones, like your recovery zone, your tempo, your lactate, so you know what to do repeats at, maybe if you're doing track work. They kind of define that for you. They also gave me, with my movement assessment, they gave me some exercises to improve my stability. I actually have pretty good hip strength. I have tight calves, which my massage therapist will tell you I have really tight calves. So working on some flexibility things there, just other stability and strength things. One thing I tend to do is I do what works, and so this is kind of changing up the core routine that I've been doing, which is works really well, but it's not a bad idea to throw new things in there or do things a little bit different ways, adding a twist, those kind of things. So that was really helpful information for me. But I highly suggest, if you can actually, with this testing, get just a lactate threshold test done, and then only, or you can get a lactate threshold as well as the movement assessment and the gait analysis. I highly suggest all of it. If you're going to do it, you might as well just go for it and get all the information that you need. They put it all together in this little book, and then it's also helpful to get it done maybe yearly if you can afford it, or every other year. Then you can compare it and see if you've improved, and other helped you to just get better and stronger. So it was great testing, and I hope that you learned a little bit about some of the different things that are available to runners out there. And until next time, live well. There are 2 locations in my area that this testing can be done. I did the Bountiful Running Lab. There's also one in Salt Lake City, and here's the phone number on how to reach them on that. And just let them know Blonde Runner sent you. Also, I'll be adding some more commentary on my product review on my website. So if you want to go to blonderunner.com, I'll have more information there for you.